What's going on, guys? It's Ricky with TechBud Solutions. So thank you guys again for being so patient on today's recap video. I'm not feeling too good, so as you guys can hear by my voice, I'm a little sick at the moment. I wasn't too active when it came to trading today. It looked like you guys all did an amazing job like always. So I'm going to do a little recap on the trades I did do today and kind of what to look out for, and a couple stocks that were traded within our group today. So I saw that PULM was a stock that was consistently thrown around our group chat today. CIE was also another one. I do want to give a shout out to our members that were able to lock in a good amount of profit today. So Dawson being able to lock in $365 of profit today with this trade, and then he's saying that another $125 on PULM. There's a lot of traders that were able to jump on that. It looks like Nick also was able to lock in a good amount of profit, and it just kind of goes down the list. So this is very early in the morning, right before lunch hour, and people are already with a good amount of profits. I didn't do anything crazy today. I pretty much just day traded one stock. I did have a stock that I invested in that wasn't necessarily a penny stock, and it's one that I've been talking about quite often. That I actually I bought pre-market hours and actually sold when it hit the resistance. So it was actually GoPro. GoPro, how it played out today. Originally, I ended up buying during pre-market hours. There was a sell that was going through $9.51 and $9.55. I knew there was somewhat of a support level around $9.50 and an overall safety at $9.40. And the momentum has been pretty high, as in being able to hit these resistance levels at 980 and 980 as well. And that's pretty much how it played out today. I didn't see the pop that I was expecting initially. When I bought in at 952, I wrote it up. I alerted the team on every just resistance that I broke. So I alerted them on the resistance that I broke at 970, 975, and then 980. Ended up selling on the second candlestick around 980, locking in about $91 of profit on GoPro itself. I did trade with a $3,000 risk account. Was able to lock in a decent amount. Wasn't anything crazy. And then dipped back down because we were able to identify that to be a resistance, meaning that it struggled to go above it as it's done before. So as GoPro, this is yesterday, picked up from the low points or the high 940s, and then picked all the way up, touched the point of 980, so we could label that as a resistance, and came bleeding back down. Held pretty well around the 947 and 950 area. So I knew going into this, based on my analysis, that 950, 955 was essentially a good buy point. Right as the market opened, went up, peaked out around 980 as we could have predicted because of the resistance that it had. Volume just wasn't there. There was a wall of sellers that were at 980. So I ended up selling at 978. Locking in the $91. I was trying to see if I can catch it back at the 950, but ended up falling after hours at that point. And I'm going to see until tomorrow if I jump back into GoPro. If it holds above 950, I'll see if I can do that little ride again and probably go in a little heavier since it's a little bit more of a stable stock. And if it goes below it, then I'll be looking for the bounce around 940, as that tends to be the overall safety. Let me go and draw that out for you guys. Around 940 to 941, it blocks it here. But yeah, that's pretty much my analysis and my breakdown on GoPro. My analysis on PULM, there's been a lot of momentum with PULM. It's been a stock that's been heavily traded with all the different platforms that there are for trading. It's one that's being hyped up very, I think, too much, and I think it's what's led to its success. I really do think that it's going to end up bleeding back down once it breaks the support levels at 980 to 480 to 463. So what I would say is, if you are holding this one overnight, be somewhat expecting a drop when it goes below 463, as most likely catch at 360, which is more than you want to ride it. So I would set a stop loss anything around the 980 to 963, depending on where you catch it at, and understand these resistance levels at the 515 area, 545, and although a lot of people are locking a good amount of profit, a lot of it has to do with momentum trading. So make sure that you're following with a trailing stop loss, just in case all of a sudden it takes a huge dip. At least you can lock in some profit. RGSC was also one that was traded within our group today, or talked about. They're asking me where I thought would be a good buy. If 335 was a good buy. It did bounce at 335. It has of 245 or 235. Hit highs of 245 at closing. I'm expecting to see a drop or a break below 235, and most likely a safety around the 220 area. The reason I was able to identify that was all of a sudden RGSE had a huge drop, set its support at 220, and then picked up. So now we're going to see it slowly bleeding down. So maybe tomorrow we could see the bounce at 220. Hopefully it doesn't plateau and break below it. Hopefully we can see a nice little bounce. So I'm going to set my alerts and make sure I see that upward momentum before buying in an RGSE. CIE was the one I day traded today mainly. Alerted the team when I bought in at 92, plateaued at 92 pretty well. Ended up going a little heavier when I bought it at 91.5. I thought it was actually gonna go to 90, and I was gonna try to even out some shares. Ended up not going all the way down to 90, so as it started to pick up, it was showing that upward momentum around 91.5, bouncing from 91.5 to 92. So I bought some down at 91.5, evening out my shares. I went with it was a total of $3,750 that I went into CIE. The stock itself, based on analysis that I was able to perform on a 3-day analysis, has an overall safety at this low point at 89 cents. So I knew my margin of loss wasn't much, and I had my stop loss set right below 90 cents. So I was cutting losses short if it were to take a sudden drop, and I knew there was a resistance at 94 cents because of this point right here. As old safety nets, it struggled to go below 94, and when it did, it bled all the way down to 92. And once it tried to pick up, wasn't able to break the 94, and that's what led to this plateau bleeding, and then started picking up. Wasn't able to break the 94 cents, so I ended up locking in my profits at 93.9. Brought in a little bit over $95 with this one. All my trades today, a little bit over $180 for today's trading. Not exactly my goal or my target price, especially with how heavy I went with all the trades. I am feeling a little sick and a little under the weather, so I ended up not going too crazy based on the headaches that I was having. But I really did enjoy, reading all the different numbers of profit that you guys were able to lock in. It looks like you guys are doing very well. Dawson, said it beautifully when he said that, he was locking his profit and then setting up the whole system of being able to lock in the $490 based on kind of the rules that we have with TechBud Solutions, and being able to cut losses less than 2.5% and provide tools and resources that can promote growth. So that's pretty much my recap for today's trading. ATEC, I do want to tell you guys, ATEC did go below 290, which was a support level. I'm expecting somewhat of a bounce around 280 to 285. So just set your alerts for that and see if you can catch the bounce. And then again, make sure you follow with a stop loss. But if you guys would like to be a part of TechBud Solutions, it's an online networking group. Right now we sit about 911 members on the Facebook platform. All 4 platforms were a little bit over 1,500 members worldwide. When it comes to the people that are within our group, you have those that are experienced, those that are new investors. It's a great group for you to surround yourself with like-minded individuals on learning the basics and fundamentals of trading. So if you think that you could benefit from this group and you'd like to be a part of it, please feel free to join. The link is provided for you down below. And if you want to join our group chat platform where we, talk about the different stocks and watch lists that we have available daily, feel free to email me. The email is going to be provided for you down in the description. You can reach out to me at techbuds@mail.com, and I'd be happy to assist you any way that I can. So thank you guys again so much for watching. If you guys haven't done so already, please give this video a thumbs up if you guys found this video somewhat helpful, and feel free to subscribe. We're a little bit under 1,500 members, and we just broke 1,000, I believe, last week. So we're definitely growing a lot quicker than expected. And I do upload, daily videos on how to help you and assist you in being successful when it comes to trading penny stocks and investing altogether. And then we do upload quite a bit of videos about the different cars that we own. So thank you guys again for tuning in. I hope you guys have a good rest of your day, and let's make sure that we end this week on a green note. Take care, guys.